Okay, day number 3 of the Lion Diet. Now, I was thinking back and I believe that the 3rd day for me, I was really tired. And that might be how you feel right now. Your body's going, where are all these carbohydrates? Where's all this sugar? Where's all this caffeine? If you were loading up on these things like I used to be, your body's probably freaking out today and you're probably exhausted, stuck in bed for most of the day. Maybe you're just feeling lethargic throughout the day. You just feel like if you had the option, you would have gone to bed. Or maybe it's the cravings that are hitting today. Maybe they're really hitting you and you're getting that pull towards all that rubbish food again. I won't lie to you, I would like to say that I'm going through that with you right now, but I'm not. I don't crave those foods at all. The only thing I crave is honey and coconut water, pineapple, watermelon. That's all I'm craving right now. And that's because I've only just stopped eating those foods. But those other things, those things that you're craving right now, I've not eaten them for so long that my body doesn't even want them anymore. And that's something I want you to consider. Because I remember when I was in your position, I remember thinking, will I ever stop wanting these foods? Well, the answer is yes. You just have to wait. You just have to give it long enough. Because it gets easier. It's going to get harder and then it will get easier. But you're strong enough to stick through it. You're not going to let it beat you. You're not going to give up. You're not going to give in to temptation because that's not you anymore. You're going to at least do 2 weeks of this. Getting rid of all the junk food. It's all going. I want to share something with you before we get into my day of eating and drinking today. I want to share something with you quick. So I'll share that and then we'll get into the video. The picture on the left is me in December of 2023. And the picture on the right is me in April of 2025. I lost most of that weight very early on, maybe 6 months on or something like that. But as you know, if you watch this channel, I wasn't doing it for weight loss. I was doing this to stop hemiplegic migraines. And it done that and dropped all the weight off and fixed the posture and a bunch of other things as well. So if you're doubting whether or not this is actually going to do anything for you, if there's any actual benefit to sticking to this diet, I just want to share this because the results I have seen have been dramatic. Okay, so today has been a weird day. 11:33, I had my first drink. I also figured out how to make these clips go faster. That's why it all looks like I'm moving really fast. So today I want to start off with a lot of magnesium. I stayed in bed till really late. I really overdone it in the sauna yesterday. I think I mentioned that. And so I want to start off with a lot of magnesium. So I just had 3 of those capsules. And then at 1:47, I had some of this beef jerky that I cooked up. Now, I made a separate video all about this. You can watch how I made this. I made this today. Check that out if you're interested. It's just something that's a bit different because it's a different texture. So it's an interesting one. That's pure beef, by the way. 3 p.m. exactly. Okay, what happened here, I wasn't going to eat liver today, but I noticed that this liver was going out of date today. So I had to use up the whole pack. I don't like eating this much liver in one day. I think it's unnecessary. But I don't like to waste meat, and I find liver hard to store. Whether I freeze it or cook it and refrigerate it, I find it more difficult. And I never really fancy cold liver, so I just cooked up the whole pack here. Now that, what you're looking at is beef dripping. In America, I believe they call it beef tallow. I got that from my butcher's, where I used to live. And so I'm just putting some of that over it because I always used to prefer liver when I'd fry it in beef fat. I really didn't fancy liver today, to be honest. So I just cooked that up. So 220 for 15 minutes. I'm not sure if the video shows it, but what I done was, 4 minutes. So when there was 4 minutes left, so I'd cooked it for 11 minutes, I had it out and turned it over because liver always burns a lot quicker. So I just had that out here and then I'll turn it over and you'll see me doing that in a minute. There's a hell of a lot of vitamin B in liver. And that's why I say I don't think this is necessary. So I'm not advising you do this. And this is the thing, I wanted to do this diet and lead by example and show you like really good foods to eat and stuff like that and eat at the times you would be. But I'm just, at the moment, it's just not fitting with my life. I'm not, like yesterday or the day before, whenever it was, I just wasn't hungry. So what I'm hoping to do is eventually, when I have a day where I eat like I would have done early on, I will probably put that in the title or I'll make that very clear in the video because, now I'm in a position where I know my body and I know what I need and what I don't need. You're not going to be in that position yet because you're going to be new to this diet. So I get that. I think the main thing for me was just minced beef early on. Okay, 4.19. This was just regular water. 6.36. Some more water. 7.05. This is a bit of ribeye steak. And then a bit of lamb leg steak. That I quite enjoyed, actually. I often don't enjoy lamb that much, lamb steaks. This was quite nice. There's not that much fat in that lamb steak, but there's a bit more than you normally get. So just pulling this apart so it cooks nice, which means it's going to be a lot better to eat. Just pulling all that apart, all the meat and all the fat, breaking it apart. And then the same thing with the lamb steak, doing exactly the same thing. There's not really as much give in this, but it's always worth doing. And then that goes in the air fryer, top shelf. I cook everything at 220 because it's quicker. And I don't know how long I put it on for. I think it was probably 15 minutes. That's usually what I do steak at, so yeah. So there we go. And then I got that out after the 15 minutes and this is how it looked, which is good. So I just turned it over. And then I'm just spreading it apart because now that it's a bit smaller, it's going to struggle to hold that air fryer liner down so much. And you just got to be careful that that liner don't hit the top of the air fryer because it will burn and stink the house out. So back on for 5 minutes and then that was done. That's how I like it. I like it when it's a bit burnt. I know people say that this isn't the right way to eat it, but I enjoy it when it's like that. So that's how I eat it. Gives it a little bit more of a crispy texture as well. And then some salt. And then I was eating it. The reason for this shirt off thing, by the way, is because it's really hot at the moment. And also, I don't want to put a shirt on to eat food. Because if I spill the food, like if I get some of it over the shirt, then, you know, I've now got a dirty shirt that's only been used just because I was filming it. Because I wouldn't normally put a shirt on. And I want to make sure that I can commit to doing these videos. And if I have to keep putting shirts on all the time and changing clothes, I know that I'm going to get sick of it. It's like there's been times today where I thought, oh, I want to drink, and I thought, nah, I don't want to because then I've got to film it, you know, so I don't want to do that. Right, 8:28, I had some electrolytes. So here I've had some regular electrolyte powder, that Smart Fast one, and then I have some magnesium as well afterwards that I put in. I need to buy some more of those, actually. I just remembered. You have to really shake that magnesium whenever you add that into water because it really doesn't mix very well. And then 9:13 p.m, I just had a bone broth, which I'm still drinking right now. Again, like I mentioned yesterday, this is another thing that really doesn't mix very well. You've got to mix it for a very long time. And then it still don't mix properly, so you have to keep mixing, and then eventually you end up eating some of that powdered anyway, but you just make sure it's not too much of it. And that's me. That's a full day of eating and drinking. I won't have anything else today. I'm going to go to bed in a moment. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.